Welcome to the Endocrine Alchemist blog, a Lightkeeper's blueprint for higher consciousness, inner peace, and soul evolution. I'm Joyce Valencia, an endocrine nurse practitioner, Akashic record reader, and Lightkeeper to your spiritual journey. Each episode invites new spiritual insights to level up your journey to step into alignment, promote healing, and embody your highest self. Today's blog article is Why Deep Thinkers Aren't Two in Their Heads, a truth piece about introspection, grief, and spiritual awakening. Somewhere along the way, I got this message from people saying to get out of your head, because with introspection, one becomes so deeply reflective of one's being that they succumb to a state of melancholy. Anxiety is a key example of this, that if I don't find a way to ground myself in a state of anxiety, it really just leads to catastrophic thinking, which is hardly helpful in most scenarios. Getting out of your own head means simply to stop overthinking. However, the kind of existential intellect that culminates from a place of quietude and inward dwelling is not relevant to this statement, albeit the outward appearance of it may seem identical. Other than lacking the brilliance of a social character, introspection is not meant to be perceived as bad. If people want to reflect, let them reflect. If people don't want to reflect, let them. To me, neither of these are good nor bad. They just are. I am a very introspective person, but my quiet and pensive personality is by no means superior to someone who wishes to be with others. I believe there are benefits to both, which is why I have my moments to myself, and other moments I make time to be with others. But I suppose someone who has taken up a polar position of being entirely reclusive and avoids social health can be perceived as toxic or bad. This is especially the case when the person falls into a self-inflicted depression, frustration, or loneliness. I think someone who does a little bit of both solitude and socializing has better balance in life, but this is only my perception. I liken this description to a visual I just conjured in my mind's eye. When I am introspective and serious, I'm stepping into a different dimension of reality where I see reality through a different lens. Life takes on a different tone and temperature. Life is seen through the wavelengths of energy. And if I should delve much further into a scope of realization, self-actualization, or spiritual evolution so much to the extent of causing depression, it is a form of grief that washes over me, which I perceive to be good. Have you ever had a spiritual awakening? I'm washed over with truth, with authenticity, with wisdom, because this grief reveals the true self that has been there all along. It unveils truth in my circumstances my ego likely would not allow me to know otherwise. It makes known who you are meant to be. Grief strips us of the ego and sheds light of the way of spirit. You begin to see, you begin to grow and learn, and suddenly you're no longer the same. You are better. If this reflection speaks to your inner world, I invite you to explore your own spiritual awakening more deeply. Join my newsletter and download my free chakra and endocrine guidebook to support your growth and self-discovery at joycevalencia.com. And remember, you are beautiful inside, outside, and at the soul level. Thanks for listening.